So that right there is a Shark branded Vision-R helmet. Not the Vision-R Series 2, it's available now, but this is the OG Vision-R by Shark. And it's my first helmet. And I wanted to talk to you about why I bought it and how it's been since I've been wearing it for a couple of years. And I have decided to upgrade, I guess you could say, get a new helmet anyway, and talk about it. So the Vision-R caught my eye as a new rider because of the name, honestly. Vision. I like that. I want to be able to see, and they advertise the larger eye port for better vision. And it is a great eye port. Now, it's my first helmet, so I had nothing to compare it to. So I was just going on their word. You know, I hadn't ridden any other helmets previously, but having more vision sounded pretty amazing. So I went with it. It was also a good price point. I believe I paid somewhere near the $250 range for it. Which I wanted a decent helmet, but I wasn't ready to commit tons of money. At the time, as a new rider, I was already spending a lot of money on, you know, jackets and gloves and boots and all kinds of stuff. So the budget per item was smaller than further on years down the road, where I'm just replacing one item here or there when I see something that's really good, or I have one thing wear out, or I have a reason. So let me start off by telling you about the things that I have really enjoyed with this helmet. First, I like the graphic. I decided, you know, I commute on my bike and I ride for fun, but most of my miles are commuter miles. And I feel like riding a motorcycle is an emotional thing, and you've got to enjoy it emotionally. You've got to be happy about it, happy about the way you look. You got to feel good. At least that's how I go about it. That's how I feel about motorcycle riding. And so I didn't want to go high vis, is what I'm saying. That bright yellow is the safest, right? But I just hate it, so I couldn't do it. But if you're not going to do high vis, white is good. Originally, I was going to buy an all black bike, all black helmet, all black, totally murdered out. And I just decided at some point that that was not really the way I wanted to go. And if I wasn't going to go high vis, then, you know, white makes you visible. So I like this matte black, and it had this splash of white going all the way around, and then there's more in the back here. So it was good. I liked it. It was a good looking helmet. And it got decent reviews. You know, the old Revzilla gave it a good thumbs up. Anthony liked it. Okay, so the look attracted me to it. The big eye port. I liked that it was a French brand, like, you know, Europeans. I think they do motorcycles, I think, a little more than we do, a little more stylish. I figured the build quality would be good, and it has been, to a point. I wasn't as careful with my helmet as I perhaps should have been, and that's resulted in some small damage. It has fallen off of my bike due to, I set it down on the seat or something, and there's little chips here in the paint, little cracks, you know, and then some stains. These apparently could be washed off. Some of them can't. I have washed it many times. There are stains. Where am I going with this? I forgot what I was saying. Completely lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, build quality. So what I do want to show you, when it has fallen off my bike, this is the vent control right here. It's got two, as you can see, top of the head vents here, and they open and close with these switches, which work pretty good. I can actuate it with my glove on, no problem. You just kind of slide your finger to the back to close it, slide your finger over to the front to open it. So it's pretty easy. But this one doesn't click anymore. It just kind of goes how it is. I think when it fell off my bike at one point, must have landed on it and it just doesn't work. So, I mean, it kind of works, but yeah, not really. But that's probably my own fault as a newbie. Let it down, let my helmet down. And then it does have a passive, very small vent at the back there. The ventilation is just decent. I really rely on the little clicker here. It kind of opens it up to let air in as you're driving lower speeds. And in fact, I use it at higher speeds too. Sometimes if it's hot, lower speeds, I'll pop it, you know, to the first detent, and it stays there happily. So, you know, that's a good way that I've overcome some of the, you know, the ventilation issues. This chin vent opens and closes. It might as well not even close because it's open all the time. Hot weather, cold weather, doesn't matter. Has to be open because this thing fogs up like a son of a gun. I live in Baltimore, and it's often humid here and chilly in the mornings for a lot of the year, and it's just like ready to fog up. In fact, a lot of times even doing this isn't enough. I'll have to ride, you know, at the first detent just to prevent fog when it's real humid and a little chilly. So I ride all winter. Well, not all winter, but most of the winter. You know, I don't ride much in January, February, but the other months I ride as much as I can. There's no snow on the ground, and it fogs up. That right there is the biggest reason why I decided to move on. I had one rainy drive home where my helmet was so fogged and there just didn't seem to be anything I could do about it. It was a horrible drive. So that was the night that pushed me over. Honestly, more for safety than anything else. So that's the big downside. I've gone all over the place. I'm sorry. I'm no pro, but upside, the things I love about this helmet: integrated sun visor, works great, and they managed to do the integrated sun visor while still having a lightweight helmet that is, you know, narrow and not too crazy bulbous. I don't feel like Charlie Brown when I wear it, and that's a big deal. And like I said, it's my first helmet, so I had nothing to compare it to, but I had no complaints about the aerodynamics of this helmet. you know, when I head check, you know, my bike it's an Engine 300, a very short windscreen. The wind hits me top of the chest, so the helmet is in the full wind, and yeah, it handles it really well. It's pretty stable. It's very stable. Now that I have ridden with this a couple times, so I have some comparison, and it's stable. What else can I say about it? It's comfortable. It's got the D-ring. It's fairly quiet. It has a chin curtain that is adjustable, and you can put up like that. When it's chillier outside, it's a little quieter. It's more comfortable. When you want more ventilation, you just pull this, tuck in the side, and pulls out, and you get more ventilation. That works pretty well. Yeah, it's been a great helmet. I've got thousands of miles in it, and I like it. If it didn't have that fogging issue, I probably would have just, you know, kept going with it, but I really felt like that was a safety issue. So I started looking for something else. I took what I liked on that, and I tried to find just something that would improve it in every way. You know, I didn't want to side grade or go something else. I just wanted better everything. So obviously price went up, and this is what I came up with. This is the Shoei GT-Air in the pendulum graphic for 2017, and I like it. Obviously you can see I still want the matte black with some white on it. Not as much white, but still hopefully catches the eye a little bit. This helmet is amazing. It's obviously like twice the price of the other helmet. It's one of the most highly reviewed helmets available for riding on the street. And in one area I wanted it to be better, it is amazingly better. That thing will not fog up. I've tried to fog it up, but with the, you know, it comes with the pin lock system. You can see here, and you know, you can get some fog around here where the pin lock system isn't covering the visor, but where the pin lock is, I have not even a hint of fog. It's absolutely amazing. Things that I, after riding this new helmet, have immediately noticed, because I've only ridden it a couple of times. The lock on the visor, I much prefer that little lock makes a big difference. This visor just kind of, you know, it just goes down and sits there, and I have to actually like grab my glove and push down on the top to get it to seat fully, or else I get wind leaking in, and that's not a good feature. Also with the visor, since we're mentioning it, it has scratched the top of the helmet there. It seems like bad design to me, because all I do is open and close it like anybody would. What else can I say quickly? The ventilation on this one is much better. This just has the chin vent, which also just open all the time. But then it has a 3-position forehead vent. I don't know, 3-position. It's either all the way open or all the way closed, in my opinion. And then it has a 2-position rear vent. Rear vent stays open all the time as well, hot or cold, because it just kind of keeps the air flowing a little bit. And then if I'm hot, I open this one up. If I'm cold, I close it. When I open it, I can feel it. Unlike these vents where I open it and like maybe they were doing something, this one I can feel a breeze. Like, it is strong. Very good. What was I going to say? This also had, I really like the integrated sun visor. You know, like I said, I commute, so in the morning I'm riding into the sun. I need that sun protection on my way home. In the summertime, it's still sunny out, so I'd probably be okay with just a, you know, like a light smoke visor. But for a lot of the year, it's dark out by the time I get off work, usually 7, 8 o'clock. So it's very dark out for a lot of the year that time, and so I'd be switching visors daily, which, you know, I could do, but it's more convenient this way. I like it. Just, you know, this is a much higher quality helmet. The visor is thick, the shield is thicker, the shield mechanism is just a little higher quality, the detents are a little better, the lock is better, the venting is better, chin curtain, not adjustable, but it works very well. This helmet is very much a quieter helmet. That was a huge difference that I immediately noticed, how much quieter that GT-Air was, which I liked. And so let me get on to why I don't like the GT-Air and why I am selling my GT-Air after only riding it in a couple of times. There's something that I took for granted with that shark helmet, and that's something I mentioned earlier, is the aerodynamics of the helmet are very good. I feel like I'm wearing a sail in this GT-Air. It is catching that air. And when I head check, even when I'm not head checking, just the pressure on my neck when I'm riding is just a lot. I really feel like that helmet is designed for people with a full wind protection, touring bike, something like that, where your helmet is not having to take on that wind. And yeah, I really can't ride with it. It ruins the ride for me because my neck is fighting the wind so hard. It's a nice looking helmet. I did find someone who was willing to buy it from me, so I'm really happy about that. The used helmet market is a dangerous one. You gotta trust who you're buying it from. He trusts that I've never crashed in it, but I've only ridden it a few times, and he's getting a crazy deal on it. You know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars off retail because it's a used helmet, you know. But it's a great helmet, and I hope he likes it. Obviously, a lot of people do. For me, it didn't work out. It's the highest rated helmet, one of the highest rated helmets on Revzilla, which is the largest Shoei dealer in America, so it's a great helmet, obviously, but just not for me. So, you know, that was my first helmet. Had nothing to compare it to. Upgraded to a helmet more than double the price, and in so many ways, it was far and away the better helmet, but in one really amazing way, it just made riding not as fun, which if that's what your helmet is doing, if you've got a piece of gear that's making riding not enjoyable, then you've got to make some changes. So, I'm looking at another Shoei helmet, the RF1200, which I lose that convenience of the integrated sun visor, but it's a more aerodynamic helmet. It's also very highly rated. I'm also looking at the HJC Arfa 11 Pro, which is also an up-and-coming, very nice helmet, very well ventilated. You know, the Shoei helmets tend to be quieter. A lot of people really like that. The HJCs, people say it's got amazing ventilation, which would be great here in the humidity. They say it's a noisier helmet. I'm going to try some on. We're going to figure it out. But if you have any questions on these two helmets, I'd be happy to share any information that I've got. I have looked at some Shark helmets to replace this one with. I don't really like their lineup at the moment. You know, they do have some pin lock options. They have a really cool helmet, the Squall, that has some LEDs in the front and the back, like some chin LEDs and forehead and the back, which is really cool, but it's just not enough of a helmet. It's about the same price range as this one, and I want to step up to something with a little more ventilation, performance, and a little more quieter if possible. So I'm ready to take that plunge into, you know, not a full race helmet. I don't need that. I'm not a racer. I'm a commuter. Definitely something that is more premium product. I think a helmet makes a big difference on how much I enjoy my riding and my commute, so I'm trying to invest in that. So hopefully there'll be a video on here soon of the new helmet and why I like it, and then you know, I don't know if the video will be before or after I ride in it, but there'll be some details before and after with that. So good luck if you're just, you know, looking for your first helmet, or if you're interested in either of these two helmets and have more questions. I would love to answer them. Leave me a comment. Thank you very much.